Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this video for the new moon in Sagittarius 2022. For those of you who are new, hello and welcome in. We're going to be learning more about our own astrology, and then we're going to be utilizing the spiritual tools of the cards to learn more about how to tap in to that astrology based on what's currently happening in the sky. So I'll dive more into that in a moment, but if you want to learn how to get the most out of these readings, I do have a tutorial video for you that helps bring you up to speed with the intentions that I set and the little tips and tricks that I offer to you to get the most out of what it is that I share here. For those of you who are not new, hello and welcome back. It's so lovely to have you here. I'm really honored to be able to serve in this way, to be able to play with our astrological cycles and the cards to really help us to learn more about ourselves and to really make amazing leaps in our lives to the highest good of ourselves and the highest good of all. And if you want to support me, of course you can do that by engaging, liking, commenting, sharing, reaching out to me, letting me know what resonates, letting me know what questions you have. You can do that by donating. PayPal.me/devotedvulnerable, link is in the description, or you can sign up for one of my services at devotedandvulnerable.com/services, link is also in the description. So let's talk about new moon energy. New moons occur when the sun and the moon are in the same sign, at the same degree point. So the new moon always happens in the same sign that the sun is in. The sun moves into the sign of Sagittarius on November 22nd, and the new moon happens on November 23rd. The new moon will happen in 1 degree, 38 minutes. And this lunar cycle, most lunar cycles last 28 days. This one will last from the 23rd of November until the 23rd of December. So when we're talking about this guidance and advice for this lunar phase, we're going to be talking about this cycle period from November 23rd to December 23rd. So we're focusing on new energy, and we're focusing on new energy under the umbrella of the Sagittarian energy and archetype. The Sagittarian energy is the archer, the centaur, aiming its bow and arrow at what it wants. It's always aiming at truth and then aiming at other things as well. So if you want to learn more about how Sagittarius influences you and your chart, I recommend checking out my solar readings that I did for the solar shift into the sign of Sagittarius. The sun is the spotlight of our galaxy. As it moved into the sign of Sagittarius, it's spotlighting this sign, and we look at our own astrology to get guidance and deepen our understanding of how this energy and archetype shows up in our lives. You can click on the playlist showing up right now. That'll take you to those videos. The link is also in the description here. So if you want to visit that video after you're done with this reading, you can go do that. For this reading, we're focusing on new beginnings within the Sagittarian energy and archetype. We're actually going to be focusing on a new joy. We're going to be asking the cards to guide us to a new joy, a new beginning, a new expansion when it comes to the joy within our hearts. Sagittarians are optimistic, they're idealistic, they love to learn, they love to adventure, and they are very joyous in their nature. So we're going to be focusing on the joyous new beginnings that this new moon is going to bring us. We are going to be going to my new deck, the Starseed Oracle, to get guidance on where this new beginning of joy is showing up in our lives. I'm really excited to share this new deck with you. I've had it for a few months here, and this is the first time that I'm offering it in a public reading, so I'm really excited to get into the wisdom and guidance and beauty of this deck with you guys. Now, if you want to learn more about the astrology of this moment of the new moon, I'm going to recommend Pam Gregory's video, which will dive deeper into the astrological energies fully in play at the time of this new moon. It was a really great video that I watched, and I do want to link that video here and reference it to you if you want to learn a little bit more about the astrology. For us, we're going to be watching for the house that 1 degree, 38 minutes of Sagittarius shows up in our chart. Now, if you have no idea what that means, do not worry. I have a tutorial video that'll take you through how to enter in your birth data and how to learn how to read a chart and find a degree point like this. The degree point of Sagittarius, 1 degree, 38 minutes whatever house that's in for you, and again, that tutorial will show you where that is, that's the video that you watch. All of these introductions are the same, so if you're in the wrong video right now, no problem. Just go to the house that this shows up for you in your chart, and I'll see you there. So this reading is for you if 1 degree, 38 minutes of Sagittarius shows up in your 9th house. So if you're already familiar with the 9th house energy, you can scroll ahead to the card reading. So let's talk about the houses and what they represent. The houses represent the where of the zodiac story, where something happens. A lot of people are confused by the house system, but it's actually very simple once we break it down. The number of the houses relate to the numbers of the zodiacs. So if we start with Aries as the first sign of the zodiac, and we start to count around the zodiac wheel, we find that the 9th sign of the zodiac is Sagittarius, which means that the 9th house is ruled by the energy of Sagittarius. What this means is the focus of the 9th house, the where of the 9th house is underneath the influence and archetype of the Sagittarian energy. So this is the house of spirituality because that's the vibe of the Sagittarius energy. This is all about higher education, ideology, travel, philosophy, and a second partner if that's aligned for you. So this is the area of your life that you're going to be receiving a new joy, a new energy, a new expression in your spiritual life. You're going to be receiving this newness, this energy. Let's see what the Starseed Oracle has to say to guide us here. So if you haven't already called in your spiritual support team, taken a few deep breaths, and opened your heart to receive the guidance that's most aligned for you at this time, I invite you to do that. Pause the video if you need more time. Ooh. We're just still shuffling up with these cards. They're a little new and they are still getting shuffled. Okay. Ooh. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Okay. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought of to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening and a deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it is much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. And this isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate, and awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. If you're in the midst of awakening, the process never ends. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes that are occurring and that you are going through. Here's a little affirmation you can say to yourself to help you with the medicine of this card. Putting your hand on your heart, you can say, I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. Wow. Okay, yeah, your spiritual world is receiving an upgrade. You are experiencing a new joy when it comes to your spiritual world, but you're also having to integrate this new awareness, this new information, this new spiritual understanding that you are going through. And I definitely recommend the taking every day to integrate your experiences. Give yourself a certain amount of time, 15 minutes to a half an hour at the end of every day for you time to just sit with yourself and really to let yourself just go through the day before you go in bed, right? A lot of people do that when they go to sleep, but it's actually a lot healthier for us to get that out of the way before we lay down so that we can just fall asleep. Okay? Allow yourself to journal about it. Allow yourself to breathe, to meditate, to look at a candle flame without really even trying to do anything. Give yourself some sort of end of the day process that allows you to understand, evaluate, integrate the experiences that you're going through, because there's a new energy here, a new joy here. But in order for you to get the most of this joy, you have to slow yourself down. You have to give yourself permission to integrate. You have to allow yourself time to integrate. Let the experiences come through. This is a spiritual awakening for you. And it's going to take time for you to step into that. It's a new joy. It's joyous for you because that's the whole intention with this reading, is to show you where there's a new joy, but there also is time to integrate. Maybe you're also getting into a relationship with a new partner and you have to integrate that, right? That could be a whole thing. Maybe the second partner life energy is coming into your life and you have to integrate that, because the ninth house can also deal with the second partner. Or there's a new field of study that you're being called to, or there's a new, like I said, spiritual awareness that's coming in. Give yourself time to process these experiences. You're being supported. This is a natural process, and you're being invited to care for yourself with tenderness. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know how this resonates. Enjoy your new moon in Sagittarius. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.